Hello everyone, gonna do a quick check. Please tell me you can hear me. It's good to be here. Let's go.
No, it's muted.
Muted? It's not supposed to be. You can hear. All right, excellent. Thank you. All right. Beard looks good. Thank you. It's a new thing. A request by my wife. Loud and clear. All right, everything seems to be in order. Yes, so for those joining for the first time, I'm Guillaume and the CEO and creative director on Outward 2. I like to do a stream now and then to just connect with our players and get to know what they think and sometimes gather some precious feedback and ideas on how to improve. We're gonna go back on the playtest. I am sure that the very first question that some people will be asking is, yo, why are we doing this playtest earlier than what I had discussed before? We had stated that we would probably do the second playtest in March, and we decided to do it earlier than that, which is counter to what usually happens in video games where everything is affected by delays. So I'm going to be very transparent about what is going on behind the curtains at 9dots. So the playtest has, of course, a function of like gathering feedback, making sure that on the technical side everything is ready, but there's also a marketing element to it, like joining 2 users at the same time. And so we had this idea at first that we would be sitting on the second playtest for a bit longer. But then we realized if we do that and we don't keep on improving the playtest build significantly, the longer period there is between the 2 playtests, the higher the expectations of how much improvement should be going in. But while we are working on the playtest, we are not exactly working on making the final game. It's like 2 separate processes. So we did the first playtest in December to get ready. And honestly, we were just more successful than we thought we would be with the registration numbers. So we just wanted to do it right, make sure that we are serving to our players something that they're going to appreciate. And the feedback seemed pretty good. Like the issues that are still in the game seem to be palatable for an alpha. And so we thought, okay, we shouldn't be sitting on this too long. And we will probably, it's not a promise, but it's an intent, it's a plan, do a last final playtest a bit before we launch the game in early access. And the change in quality and content that you're going to see between this playtest and the next will be significantly bigger than the difference between the first playtest we did in December and now. Because now the only difference, like the content is mostly the same. It's just that we've tweaked and debugged everything to make sure that it is smoother now that we are opening up the playtest to the vast majority of people who applied for the playtest. So if you registered on our website, I'm not 100% sure. Let me just check to my left. Natasha, everyone who registered to the website should have a key, right? Okay, so 100% of people who registered to on our website should get a key. And I think if it's not the case for Steam, it's probably close to that as well. So if you want it, you probably got it, and we're happy to get your feedback. We'll be listening. So yeah, that's pretty much it. If you don't have a key yet, it might take some time because it's complicated in terms of logistic. We have to send like 27 emails, and we're not a gigantic company, so we need to go through different services and servers to make that happen. So if you didn't get it right away, it's probably incoming. And if it's not the case, just ask some questions, try to figure it out on the Discord server. Either the 9dots one or the Outward servers. In both cases, we'll be checking out what's going on, and we will try to respond quickly and explain what is happening. All right. How are we notified if we get a key? Should be by email or on Steam. I'm not even sure how it works on Steam because myself, I don't register to playtest, so I'm asking others to do something that I don't do myself. I'm sorry about that. There's just too much things to play. And as such, I think I'm gonna get started because I think what most of you want to see is myself failing at the game. And I'm gonna try to not do that so that it's more pleasurable if I do. Fight the Manticore. Oh, nah. The purpose of this playtest is not to win against the Manticore. I was surprised at how quickly some people figured out cheesy ways of winning that fight. Of course, traps is usually the answer, right? Okay, I got the game running. I'm just gonna get this started. Let me know if you see any issue as I switch to the game. There we go. Here we are. It's not working. Yes, it is. Okay, excellent. I'm gonna do a new game. Don't think the old save would be a good idea. Time to suffer. Yes, man. Why do we play games if not to suffer, right? Okay, so we still only have the Haboob starting scenario. That has not changed. Let's go. Now, what kind of background do I choose? I'm gonna go for Shipwreck Survivor. Let's be OG. Let's go. Constitution +2. I might need that. Extra HP. Complete Outward 2 without setting a trap. This is not a good idea. You don't want an achievement that discourages people from trying out your fun stuff. It's like there's this, in Dishonored, there were those achievements and victory conditions that required to not kill anyone or very few people. But like most of the mechanics of the game are ways to kill people. And so you would just force yourself to not have fun to get some chivos. That's counterproductive to the experience of having fun with a game. I'm gonna be intense, just like in real life. I am not a chemist. I so rarely do self-inserts in games. Usually I just try to invent a new personality. Let's try something new. Let's try and choose something that feels like me. Not an oath. Steadfast? Yeah. The problem is physically steadfast. I'm more of a hot-tempered kind of guy. I'm gonna be gourmet. There we go. That's my story. And here's my character. I'm gonna make a dude. Duder. Not a dudette. Okay. And we have not made a lot of changes to characters. I'm very pale skin. That's just like me. No, it's not. I'll go with that one. With that bod. Body hair, I wish. Okay. Make myself with a beard to be more in the game, like in the game. That's smart. Okay. I don't even. We have like very limited options right now for facial hair. So usually you either have a beard and a mustache, but you don't have both. That's something we need to work on. Okay, what's the shape of my face like? I have a square jaw, I guess. I'll go with this one. Oh, that's too small. Huh? I'll go with that one. Okay. Eyes. I have droopy eyes. That's more like me. They're brown. Where's the brown eyes? There we go. That's a weird color. Okay. Right eye color, not necessary. That looks like my nose, I guess. Lips. Like that, I guess. You can tell that I don't look at myself in the mirror all that often. Whatever. Play with that. There's no detail here that it's me. Tattoo. Okay, hair. Right now, there's not many options that look like my hair, right? Do I have anything that's side swept? I guess I can look like that if I use some gel. That's usually my haircut when I'm not completely unkempt. Facial hair. I guess I'll go with that. Yeah, that's the closest. Yeah, let's go with that. Icon, eyebrows. Is there a single eyebrow? Fun fact, saying eyebrow in English is complicated for someone who speaks French. Alright. When did I choose my hair color? Oh. Okay. Darker. Like this, I guess. Identity. Guy, I guess. Wait, no. Guy, I guess. That's my name. Oh yeah, the people are quick when it comes to getting those CD keys. Well, CD product keys. If it's the first time that you're seeing this, please let me know in the chat.
Lost in the aftermath of the scourge,
exercise.
Felt more like a concept than a reality.
French is hard for someone who speaks English. Very valid.
60 years ago, that I would call Haboob my home, I would have raised an eyebrow. For over a century, the birthplace of the Cabal of Wind was closed off. So, when the path to Bellowgale was cleared, I couldn't resist its invitation. I needed a new beginning, a separation from 2 turbulent lives in a row. But turbulence awaits here, just like anywhere else. Most yearn for nothing more than tranquility, work hard, buy a home, stay within the walls. Let the curious cats venture outside. But curiosity can be kindled when you get a taste of danger.
Okay, it was really hard to contain my laugh from the comment about cutscene Hyman. Okay, there's way more people than I thought who are seeing this for the first time. Like, in my head, I just figured that if you are joining the stream, then you're likely to have been following things along. And I guess it's something that we tend to overestimate, is just like how frequently people will tune in and get the information that we're trying to spread around. It's a bias, and I wanted to get a sense of how affected by it I was. All right, so here we are. Hi, Sebastian. Thank you for letting me buy your house. I suppose congratulations are in order. Owning a house in Haboob is quite a feat. Well, why are you leaving? I must return to Berg for business and take care of my ill mother. Okay, so you'll notice there's no voice acting at the moment. Our intent for when we release the game in 1.0 is to have fully voiced NPC lines. But one of the reasons why we are going in early access is because we've struggled a bit to get the story beats, the writing up to par with what we want. And we don't want to record voiceovers more than once. So we want to do the story first and like get it approved by the community, make sure that we are actually heading in the right direction. and then we will do the voiceovers for the final version. So it's going to be a collaborative effort where we really want to gather the feedback from the players. And I'll be honest, like, to extend the development, we needed some funds, and voiceovers are super expensive. So it was an easy thing to cut at first and just make sure that we do it right before we launch the game in earnest. I'll take good care of it. I like this sentence. You need to turn it from a house into a home. I like the new ones. It's a good play on the sense of words. There is no difference between a home and a house in terms of wording in French. So it's some little things that we take for granted, but like localization will have a hard time with that sentence. I live a peaceful life. I don't want no troubles. Okay, I'm gonna skip most of the story because, well, I don't wanna. Not being a professional streamer, not being an English-speaking native person, I don't want to act on all that is said. And anyone who wants to try it can try it at home and just discover the story at their pace. I'm gonna go see the Chamber of War. All right, so let's get out. Here is the wondrous city of Haboob. Why does it feel like my character is blonde? Should have brown hair. And the texture of the hair feels a bit like plastic. We need to work on that. Build or weapon plans? I have not experimented much with two-handed maces so far, so I think I'm gonna try and get one of those. But that might not be up to me, because this starting scenario is unkind. Maybe I could try and find a store right away and buy one. Farewell. No one talked. Okay. Yeah, I think I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna try and find someone who sells me a sledgehammer or something. Have you done a lantern build? Not yet. Should. That's... Where is this? Oh, I need to check something. Yeah, we don't have a map yet. Got it. Ooh. Look how friendly I am. Big smile. Did we do the stamina changes? Good question. I know we intend to do it for the final game for sure, but did we make those balance changes in time? Not 100% sure.
That's why c'est vrai qu'il y a des travaux dans le
I've been asked to increase the volume of my voice. Okay. I'm at maximum, so I'm just gonna get it a bit closer without getting it in the screen. Tell me if this is better. It should be. I'm not gonna sell me anything. Glimmering pearls. Ooh, that's a plan. I could try and find everything to craft this. Let me see what there's. Axe, sword, short bow, polearm. I don't even have the cash for that. I have a human fever. What the heck? Oh, so the red sheen. Oh, we really need to work on that one. It's unpleasant. Okay. Aha! That's what I want. Iron Warhammer. Let's experiment with that. I'm not gonna need a female. Okay. Read this, read this. Aha! That's what I was looking for. The map. I thought that was solved. It looks so good. Okay. That I'm gonna put in the pockets. That I'm gonna put. Okay. There. Excellent. Got everything I need. I'm gonna go sleep with my new tool. Like a baby. Dreaming of smashing skulls. Hey, Groovy Toast, there's no reason to be this rude. All right, so the question, are legacy chests returning? They will. It's a feature that I really like, that I feel is kind of unique to Outward. So yes, we want it to come back. However, when we release in early access, you won't be able to complete a full playthrough. So we don't want to introduce the legacy chests before letting the player get to the finish line, if that makes sense. So that's not one of the that's one of the features that will not be available at the very start, but that we do intend to add in the game. Good, you are awake. Well, like I said, I'm gonna let anyone who wants to play the playtest do the story at their own pace. What does the journal say? I'm gonna be a nerd. I care more about the book. Blah, blah, blah. Okay, I have been framed for murder by a guy who's no longer in town. I've gotta find that guy and make things right. All right, I'll leave. I'm very compliant. I don't really care so much about my safety. Ah, the thing I wanted most. My hammer. I'm not gonna use that because I got that. I'm gonna put that in my pockets and then in the quick slots. Okay. Antidote pockets as well. Ready to go. Ice pick, I'm not gonna need that. Life potion, that's wonderful. I don't think I'm gonna need a second lantern. Barbello filling. Nice. I have to transform that into linen. Steel is good. Okay. I'm gonna salvage this. There we go. Some linen cloth. I'm not gonna get the pickaxe because I don't have enough inventory space. Okay. Oh no, I don't want to bring the mic in the camera frame. I'm just gonna talk louder and annoy myself. Because I'm very surprised when I look at my settings, everything is supposed to be at max. So I'm gonna do a test. That's not even better, is it? All right, is this better? Because I can see that my computer is starting to struggle with doing all of those things at the same time. It's better? I don't know what changed. I think it might be OBS that is struggling right now. Starfruit, yes, please. Okay, one of my first fights with a two-handed hammer. Boink. Don't have a lot of reach. There we go. Ow. Okay, so I don't have a lot of reach, but I have a lot of impact. Okay. Yeah, it's a good thing I'm trying this weapon. That. Pick up some of those. Alright. Now we've got our friend. Hello, Aliel. So if you are playing the playtest, definitely talk with her when you go outside, because she will give you a lot of clues as to what you can do to find your way. I've seen you before, kind of recognizable. To those who played the original Outward, what was your favorite of the 4 main quest lines? I am ambivalent if I preferred the Holy Mission or if I preferred the Solborians. I was just exiled. Constrained for murder. Need to find a guy frame me. Okay. So she's gonna tell me how to survive and okay, and she's gonna be super kind with me, give me a tent and a map. Ready to go. Let's use the map. There we go. So one little bit of advice, it's something we're going to be improving before we release the game. The blue line here should be purple. It's a very easy to find landmark. That's the ley line just on top of our head, like right here. So it's one of the easiest way to find where you are in Belogale. The other thing that is pretty useful is to look at the type of flora that is around you. It's quite precise, like this is the mushroom area, you've got those weird trees. So if you combine the ley line, the river, and the type of flora, honestly, it's not that bad to find your way. And then the other thing is, I'm gonna just zoom in as much as I can. Those little things here, they're the wind chimes. Here they are. So combining all those elements when you read the map, you should be able to find your way. Okay, last time that I did a stream of the playtest, I tried to reach the ley line and I failed. I'm gonna do a second attempt, see if I'm better at surviving, even though I am a bit rusty because I've spent most of my time designing stuff and running the business rather than playing the game we're working on, which should not be a reassuring sentence, but you know, I'm busy. Are those wind chimes related to the sky chimes? Not really. So the chimes are more of a culturally relevant thing for people who are still believing in the Cabal of Winds, which was essentially lost religion because of the holy mission of Elat. But since the citizens of Haboob were kind of alone and stuck in Belogale because of the Scourge monsters, making it too hostile to go up in Ori, they did not interact with the holy mission of Elat much. And so they've preserved their ancient religion. So there's a comeback of the Cabal of Winds belief. Can we get a picture of the map? I think we can. I'll take a note of that and maybe share it on the Discord server. So I'm following the wind chimes. Now there's the first encounter. Do I fight the Meneling or not? I don't have much with me at the moment to increase my chances of survival. I think it's smarter to sneak, because the big ones, they are more colorful. There are two types of manalings. There are the smaller ones, and then there are the big ones. That's a big one, and they are more hostile. I'm gonna just try and be real sneaky and avoid it. No. I don't want this. God damn it. Okay, so I'm gonna change my plan to running around. Bye. Oh, hey. I've already lost 20% of my health. I haven't lost 20. Oh shit! Well, that's not good. Oh, that's really not good. I'm stuck here forever. Well, that's not good. Okay, I'm gonna cheat. I'm gonna need to activate the debug mode, right? Is it enabled or not? It's not. God damn it. I don't remember how to activate the debug menu. Is it in the settings? I don't remember. Oh, I got an unstuck button here. Did that work? It jumped me here. That's not good. I'm gonna try again. Sorry about that. Okay, so the unstuck button forces me into a rock that is blocking my path. That's really not good. Why is this happening to me? Also, the game's performance right now is leaving. God damn it. Okay, no, this is not good. The stuck button. That's how it should be called. That's a problem. It means that anyone who uses the unstuck button will actually make themselves even more stuck than they were. I'm gonna need a little bit of help from my team to just activate the debug options. Or was it? Yep, okay. It won't be too long.
Je te suis, je te suis.
All right, I've got someone who's gonna be helping me clear this little issue. And at the same time, ensure that we have the right solution for you guys. Okay. I'm gonna need to restart the game. It won't be too long. You're back. Give me a moment to figure it out. Les performances sont vraiment à chier. Okay, I'm back. Now it should work. So this is how corruption works. Network 2. Does this playtest have co-op? Yes, and it is the ideal way to help us is to try out the co-op features. All right. So if you want the debug option, you need to create a debug text file in the where you are installing the game in Steam, the details of which will be explained in the Discord server, and you most probably gonna need that. There. Okay, now I'm flying. Get out of here. Okay. And now I'm hoping that I'm really hoping that the area okay, I'm gonna just accelerate a little bit. Woo! I'm gonna go back to where it was. Damn it. I was already kind of far. That's where I was. That was fine. There we go. I'm safe now. Now where's the guy who attacked me? I want a revenge. Wait, was that the right spot? No, it wasn't. Anyway, I should be able to get there now. Almost fell again. Morrowind style levitate. Yep. Now I know you're an OG. I don't feel safe right here. Okay, okay. And I'm back. Now I've got this sky chime right here. I'll keep following the path. Okay, we're back. Now the ability to fly in Morrowind was it broke everything, and the fact that Bethesda just said, meh, to hell with it. If you fly, you should be OP, and that was a bold decision. I understand why they did not make the same decision again, but it was bold, and it defined the game. And I remember when you do that prayer at the shrine for the tribunal, and it just gives you a spell of flight long term for like days. That was great. Okay, now I'm gonna do something a little bit more action oriented. Big one. I love how floaty they are. I'm out of stamina. Okay. It looks really good, that circle effect. I should have drank some water. Okay. I got him. Took me all my stamina. If I had flown, if I had drank my water, it would have been easier. Crystal powder, yes please. I really need to work on that icon. Okay. So the aura, it has like impact on the circle, on the outer circle. So it just forces you inside of, oh shit, I forgot about that trap. No, I'm not ready for that fight. I'm just gonna flee. Bye-bye. Just after walking in the trap, 50% of my health, just not a good idea for me to engage in this combat. Is there a way we can tame creatures? That would be cool, but it's not in the planned features at the moment. There are some mules, but you buy them or find them, but you don't personally tame them. Okay, I'm gonna need something to refill my maximum stamina a bit, because I don't have enough means of survival to afford being even 15% tired. That's a gatherable that I want. Give me some pearl. 2. I think I got lucky. Okay. Now, thank you, Alien. Thanks to her, I can sleep. Okay. Why is it so dark? I'm gonna show you why. We are in an underground area. There is no direct sunlight except from like some holes, and yeah, that means that even during the day, the lighting in this place is always a bit dimmed. Gonna repair my trusty sledgehammer a bit. I'm gonna sleep, but not too much. And then I'm gonna, yeah, that should be fine, I guess. 10%. Oh yeah, and one cool thing, like no matter how much I guard, unless I'm in a really safe spot, it's always at least 10%. So we keep it tense. So the sleep menu is going to be reworked, and I saw the mock-ups that one of our artists is working on. It's going to look so much better than this. Uneventful night. It's not something I usually wish for, but in this game, yes. Let's not forget to get back my tent. So it's even darker, But the ley line is easier to spot, and so are the wind chimes, so I think I don't mind it so much. Drink some water. Glug, glug, glug. Okay, that's what I should have done before the fight. Right now, right now the stamina balance is really out of whack. It's way too hard to finish a fight without being like completely out of breath. We are aware of this, but like it's still playable, but you need to stack some advantages to get viable stamina regeneration. So I'm gonna fight one of those little guys who are like very friendly, like they just make cute noises. And why are you doing this, Guillaume? Boom! Because they've got some crafting materials. Oh, I forgot to remove my backpack. There we go. There we go. Did I get a chitin? No, didn't get one. Maybe the next one. Okay. I'm gonna try to sneak attack on this one. Don't tell him. Don't tell him I'm coming close. Ooh. To be you. I like this a bit. It's very fast. Yeah, I'm enjoying the two-handed mace. We had some internal complaints about the reach of the normal attack that I tend to agree with. But the specialized move like this one, this one, this one, and this one, they all have a reach that feels quite appropriate. Even this one, like I know it should be very short, but that one feels like he's not really using the reach of the weapon like he should. What areas are accessible right now? Only Battle Gale. For the playtest, we only open the access to the Battle Gale region and a few dungeons, but like most of the dungeons are closed off as well. So I'm always surprised by how much time our players can spend in the game, and like they did in Outward 1. But in this specific case, there's so much more content coming. If people like already spend 20, 30 hours just on the playtest alone, they'll have something to enjoy for a very long time once we've got everything ready. And like keep in mind that the quality of the experience right now is not up to what it's gonna be like at all. So it's worth playing right now to get a sense of what's coming, but you might not realize how much the final 10% of a game's development play into its quality. Okay, so I've been very lucky so far. Didn't get too many encounters. I survived a guy who trapped me and a ambush on the bridge. Tea recipe, yes please. Yes, I'll get that. Okay. What are the inspirations for the area we're in? Black Reach of Skyrim was part of what inspired this idea of having like a cool, expensive underground area, but we wanted to make it in a way that feels very foreign, something that felt very new. And from the very start, we had this idea that the region would be covered in sandstorms. That's why it's called Haboob. It's not just because it sounds like boobs. And so we thought, what would the area feels like if it was like underground and very mystical? So we wanted to do a little callback of those, like the purple of mana stuff, like the purple grass of the Chersonese. And we had this ambition of a place that feels a bit like a jungle. If you look at the map, the old Ori map from Outward 1, which I'm going to admit we're going to retcon a little bit, you can see that Haboob is in a jungle area. So we wanted it to be underground because there's like a Haboob that is completely covering the surface area. So what if there was a jungle below? And so we had this idea of something that feels a bit like a jungle, but in an enormous cavern. And to make it feel as alien as possible, just like Morrowind felt. So yeah, to combine the idea of something like Blackreach with the alienness of Morrowind within the inspirations of the region that we already had of like mixing jungles and underground stuff. It's like when we are looking for inspiration at Nine Dots, one thing that we tend to do is look at real life inspiration more than inspiration from other games or fantasy areas, so that we can reinterpret reality into our own fantasy. So I guess that's part of the process that made a lot of the things in our fantasy worlds and our visual palette that feels a bit our own, and to have our own art direction. Part of it is that it's just like how we try to look into inspirations that are not just what other games have done. But even then, like, doesn't mean that we're not inspired at all by other games, or else I would not have mentioned Blackreach. Like, how do we change the sauce? Okay, I reached the spot. This is the Gleam Way, which is a shortcut towards the ley line. Your Discord link is busted on the Twitch page. Thank you very much for mentioning that. We're gonna get someone on it right away. Okay, there's a ghost here. Ghosts are dangerous, especially when you don't have any magical abilities or magical or like elemental stuff.
Não, fixer sua prisão.
Oh, hi. Thank you for not being hostile. I'll bet you. Take it easy, friend. Do you know how to get to the ley line? Make your way down the steps. There should be a small boat waiting. Excellent. Remain vigilant. There's a most bothersome troglodyte infestation on the other side. Well, that's good. I got a big hound. Also heard words of a half-mad mage. Cool. Head towards the mana crystals once you got outside. Thank you. Good. Oh, what are you doing here? No. Hey, I want to talk to you. Let's hope we get a cast of the inscriptions of the pillar. Two coasts are beyond plenty. I can help if you want. Okay. I got a varnish. Ethereal damage. Excellent. Thank you very much. Do I have any meat? I think so. I had a mushi steak. I'm gonna eat that for some health regen. I'm gonna drink my water like a non-noob type of person. And I'm gonna apply the spiritual varnish and hope for the best. Okay, that is not the final FX for that varnish, by the way. Doesn't look as good as it should. that's satisfying. Boom. Okay, one down. There should be another one. That went well. Ghost Eye. Thank you. Now where is this? The other ghost. Makeshift axe recipe. Yes. Neutralizing salve. Recipe scroll. Thank you very much. Okay, let's find that second ghost. Where is he? I gotta hurry, I don't have that varnish forever on my weapon. Maybe here? No, that's the guy. Can I destroy that? Oh yeah, we've got breakable walls, by the way. What about here? Any ghosts? Ghosty, ghosty. Huh? Maybe he's on the other side once I took the boat. I don't recall. I think I've done that quest at least once during my own tests. Who's a good boy? You're a good boy. Yeah. Fragrant herbs. Thank you. I want it. Who's that behind you? That's a mushy. Or is that the truth? I sometimes mix the names of both. Like there's a version of that that's been transformed by the troglodytes. And they get like all disgusting and filled with spores and mushrooms. There he is. Oh shit, there are two. Okay, okay. Those are the two I was talking about. Ow. And I don't have traps. Got it. Oh, I'm not gonna win. Oh boy. No. No, 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 no. Yeah. This is no. Yes, this is no. Okay, okay. If I can get just one of them. Over here. Over here. Ay-yoy! Come on. Okay. You did it dumb. You're gonna die now. I talk too fast. I know one is gonna die. God damn it. Can I? Oink. Dumbass. Okay, I got one. I got one. But my varnish is almost finished and I have no stamina left. Okay. Go and drink water while I can. Stamina. And I gotta think of a way to deal with this one. Maybe there's gonna be something else I can use now that I got him out of the way. I don't think I ever came here. And I played like a good like 20, 40 hours on the playtest. something else we could check? Here, maybe? Yeah, I hate the fact that I don't have spiritual varnish anymore. I can't interact with the pillars. It's really just what the guy would do. I don't know what's going to be the reward for killing that. Or the ghost. What do I have with me? I can't even make traps. Okay. Great. Mule feed, not very useful. River water, not very useful. Well, I'm gonna at least gather some. Okay. Gonna need to boil that water. I wish I could ask the guy for one more spiritual varnish. Hey man. Care to help? Okay, there's a chest here. Oh, now I find an endurance potion. Tripwire kit, but I don't have things to harm it with. Starfruit jam. Sweetie. I guess I'll use the fire axe, better than nothing. And the endurance potion can help. Move that to my pockets. Now quick slot, quick slot here. That should help. Okay, I'm gonna try this. Wish me luck, guys. Oh, and I can't sneak him because he seems stuck in that direction. Dropping the bag. Sneak. Yeah. Oops. I'm glad I didn't fall in the water. Okay. Ah. The fire rags are in the bag. Not convenient. Okay. Not ideal. Boom! Kind of kill you. God damn it. I like the way the flame is following when I'm doing big arcing motion. Alright, I killed them both. Let's see what I get as a reward from the guy. I actually don't know. It was added a bit like... Oh, hi. You magically knew I was done fighting. Cool. Can you swim? No. So can't jump, can't swim, can't climb. Why? Because those things are crazy expensive to add in a game. They don't necessarily add all that much gameplay. Most wonderful friend. A gold bar. Man, you're the best guy in the world. Thank you. This is huge. So yeah, so swimming, jumping, climbing, they ask of you to do the entirety of your level design around those options. We are a small team of like about 20 people working on Outward. So we need to be very focused on what we allow and what we like just don't do so that we can have the breadth, the scope of the game to make it like feel huge and filled with possibilities. And so we would rather, like we'd rather have 4 different regions with like a bunch of dungeons and a bunch of cities to explore than to have like a quarter of that just to allow you to swim and jump And then what do we do with that? Some games are like made for platforming, but this is an RPG first. And yeah, not everyone will agree with what I just said, and that's okay. That's really okay. But it was a conscious choice to not have those features because we felt that if we tried to do those features, we would have to like not make an open world. Was that glowing enemy a finished model? Yes. Was that due? I don't know. Oh, nope. Those guys are not your friend. Bye. Bye, bye, bye. Troglodytes. Hi. There we go. Boom. Boom. Oh, shit. I got hit twice because I'm a noob, but he did. Did you try Hightail? I have not. I only heard of it. I do know that they're based in Quebec as well. But I really like when developers from Quebec, just like we do, really hint at who we are with our armies, what's our culture like, and I feel like you know who a game comes from when it comes from Japan, or like when it's super, there's a very specific US Army kind of culture, and then there's the Japanese culture. But most of the countries, the games that they make tend to not have their own nationality as something that permeates the games. And at the end of the day, any artistic creation is colored by where we come from. But the more intentional it is, I guess I see it as a way of being, maybe the word is strong, but respectful, and to show gratitude for where you come from and how it shaped who you are as a source of new culture. And like nobody can argue against the fact that gaming is cultural. And when we intertwine our geopolitics and what we create in the games, we can kind of have that dialogue both about who we are, and when other people from Quebec play our stuff, like they feel seen. And there's just this wink that happens between creator and gamers. All right. I'm almost there. If I die and end up being teleported by the feed scenario super far away from the ley line, I'm gonna give up once again. And I'm gonna stop the stream there. I've already played for longer than I planned, and now I'm so close. So close of unlocking that. Where's the next pillar? So where am I right now? Okay, I just need to follow the line. They said to walk towards the big crystals, and here they are. Okay. Let's do this. I think that's, yes, there's a wind chime right here. Let's keep going. And there's the big stairway to the ley line here. Is that a friend or foe? That's Kabbalah Wind Zealot. He's gonna just attack me inside, I think. I'm gonna stay away because I don't have anything to fight him with. Like, I've used my fire rags, I've used my spiritual varnish. Do I have a poison rag though? Okay, I could be a little bitch and poison him. That's really stupid because I'm very close to my objective. But I really want to do it and maybe get his staff. Do I do it or not? Do I do it? God damn it. I really want to kill that guy. And poison is the way to go. I could just like poison him and run away. And wait for him to die. Yep, let's do the dumb stuff. Nobody's having fun by being smart, right? And I got 2 potions as well. Okay, let's be stupid. Don't get sidetracked. No, never. Okay. 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 How did he not see me, and why is he wearing 2 armors at once? Fuck. Yo. Why isn't he poisoned? Oh shit, I'm out of stamina. Is he poisoned? He's not poisoned. So I guess it doesn't work. But that doesn't matter. I have what I wanted. I'm gonna come back with my backpack. So I did get sidetracked. I did not get hit. And I just got one of the best weapons available on the playtest, which is the wrought iron staff, which looks absolutely amazing because there's this sculpted thespian on top of it. The thespian is an apex predator in this area. Well, not the apex, because that would be the oh shit, I'm out of space. I don't need it anymore. Salvage. Okay, bye bye my trustworthy sledgehammer. I just found better than you. So yeah, the thespian is not the apex, because that's the manticore, but like next to apex predator, they're owls that imitate the voice of humans to draw attention, and then they ambush you. They're assholes, and we love them very much. I was born in the ad break, molded by the ad break. I might get to unlocking mana this time. Who are you calling a nerd? Nerd? Hi, Sinris. Welcome aboard. Yeah, we're getting really close to the ley line. Excellent. This is it. And I have like one more fight to win after that, and I can unlock mana. So are you gonna add an option to see more info like damage numbers and debuff build-up and stuff like that? No. Our intent with Outward is to make something that is immersive, that feels more like a simulation, even though it's not a one-for-one simulation. It feels more like a simulation than a game. And you know, in real life, you don't have a mean to think like, oh, I have like 88% of the blood in my body left, so I'm fine. There we go. And down. Okay. I think we're gonna need to make the wrought iron staff less accessible in the final. Finally got a chitin, but now I have a weapon that is stronger than what I can make with the chitin. Although that's arguable, depends on your build. Okay, so that's the big guy. I'm gonna get. Do I have a fire rag left? Yes. Okay. Alright, he's my boss fight, so to speak. Ow. Boom. Bye-bye. That was easy. Wow. Okay. Delay 9. Hey, dude. Oh, they're all clipped into one another. That's not great. Freaky. I don't know if they're gonna end up moving. Yeah, okay, that's better. The first and the second watcher will all kind of clip into one another. Another comes. Have you seen Sebastian? Once, many storms ago. Looking for supplies. Oh. Let's unlock mana, become a mage. It's gonna be my final action for the stream. I'm not gonna go full roll in. Something like that. More. Okay. So for the final game, we're gonna have like some cool ethics of the mana being invading our body. There we go. The fire effect looks weird when I'm walking. Sorry, got distracted. And the Seer of Light and Shadow. I want to train with you. Not too much. Okay. So I don't know if I had shown this before. If you've played the previous playtest, you already know. But this mage, it offers you two choices of magic, either lantern spells or sigil magic. So you gotta choose between light and shadow. Don't ask me to choose my favorites. I can't tell you. But the goal is to make them both feel very different to play. Playing with a lantern means like handling two types of ammo at once, which is the fuel of your lantern and your mana. And there's gonna be like, I think 8 different lanterns, and all of them, or I think the old lantern and the export lanterns are the same, but aside from that, they all have very unique spells associated to the type of lantern you have. So you could have like 2 different lanterns in your inventory and shift between them to have different spells. So like even though you only have 2 spells, you have like 14 possibilities out of those 2 skills. Then of course, the Sigil of Darkness, aside from being super edgy and cool, like it has a lot of different practical applications. It's the most flexible of the 3 sigils in the game. We've got the Sigil of Fire, the Sigil of Darkness, and I'm not telling you the third one. And because that one allows you to shroud yourself, making you more sneaky, or use the tentacle spell to create tentacles from the sigil towards you. And there's also the miasma spell, so different uses. It's pretty cool. And yeah, I don't have money for more than just a mana push, so I'm just gonna get it for fun. And yes, I think that's gonna be it for today. That's a cool trek to unlock mana in Outward 2. Yeah, so thank you very much, everyone, for staying here. We've got internet problems. Devs died. That's not good. Let me stop the game. Main camera. Okay, I'm having I'm having problems with OBS indeed. Yo. So thank you very much. If you intend to play the playtest, please let us know what you think. There's going to be a form that you can fill out for feedback. There's going to be, of course, the Outward 2 server where you can share your findings on combat system, on how functional or dysfunctional online co-op is. Let us know what you think of the difficulty of the game. Anything really, we want to know. And please keep in mind, it's going to be written on the top right screen, like everything is subject to change. We still have some way to go before the early access launch. It's hard to get a grasp without being a developer of what is a lot of work and what is actually pretty easy to tweak. So this is a discussion that we are happy to have with our audience. I think that a lot of developers have, they hesitate. They don't really dare to go into those discussions because they can be misinterpreted by the audience. But I think it's important to be transparent, and we like teaching people who are interested. You can't hear the audio. Wait, you can't hear anything? Testing, testing. Can you hear me now?